On March 27, 2022, Judd Apatow tweeted, "He could have killed him. That's pure out of control rage and violence. They've heard a million jokes about them in the last 3 decades. They are not freshmen in the world of Hollywood and comedy. He lost his mind." This is the Museum of Twitter, the show we talk about the most important tweets in the history of Twitter.com. Tonight is the Oscars, so I felt it was appropriate to do this tweet because Judd Apatow was tweeting about the slap. No, not that the slap. This the slap. Yes, the moment where Will Smith got onto the stage and slapped Chris Rock in the face after Chris Rock made a joke comparing Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, to G.I. Jane because of her bald head. Now, that night brought out a lot of terrible takes, but I think the one that has lasted the longest is this one from Judd Apatow. To give further context, this is actually him responding to someone else who points out that, he shouldn't have hit him, but Jada has alopecia, and so he took offense to that he made fun of her for having a bald head. And to that, Judd says he could have killed him. Those are the words that really go down with this tweet. When people reference it, it's just the "he could have killed him" tweet. Because what are we talking about? Yes, I suppose if Will Smith slapped him super hard and he lost his balance and he tripped and fell off the stage and hit his head, maybe he could have killed him. But we're talking about just a slap. I think you can argue that Will Smith should have not slapped Chris Rock without saying that the reason he should not have slapped Chris Rock is because Chris Rock could have died. As people pointed out when Judd tweeted this, and I can't really find these tweets because Judd's tweet's deleted, so I can't search for quote tweets. Chris Rock is a grown adult man. He's not a tiny old lady. People like Sophia Savan said he could have killed him. Some of y'all have never been slapped across the face and it shows. Grub says you should have to have been in a fight before you're allowed to tweet. Even Jamila Jamil, who has her own issues, said that could have killed him was the tweet of the day. It's just so obviously ridiculous. I've never been in a real fight, as you can definitely imagine about everything about my personality, but even I would not be that stupid to tweet that. Some other good ways it was mocked is when Left at London tweeted, "Judd Apatow saying that slap could have killed Chris Rock is so fucking funny, LMFAO. He's Will Smith, not One Punch Man." Or Laurie says, "He could have killed him. What if Will Smith had scissors for hands and Chris Rock was made of paper? Not so funny now, is it?" And I'm not the perfect messenger for this, so I'll keep it brief, but there obviously is a lot of problematic racial undertone stuff going on. You just never really want to see a white guy saying about a black guy, "That's pure out of control rage and violence." Because I don't think that Will Smith should have slapped Chris Rock, but I would not describe him as being out of control and rage and violence, because he just slapped him and then walked back to his seat. It was an odd moment, it was uncomfortable, but it does make me feel icky to see how many people talked about it as if he committed a crime against humanity. The way that this has become a meme is that the phrase "he could have killed him" or a screenshot of "he could have killed him" is used whenever there's a minor act of violence that people make a big deal about. Particularly I found when I was looking for examples in the sports world. When Manny Machado of the Padres last year threw a baseball softly into the Dodgers dugout, the Dodgers made a huge deal of it, and my friend Abigail, who made this hat, tweeted the screenshot of "he could have killed him." When Joel Embiid apparently assaulted a reporter last year, I think he just slightly pushed him out of the way, Coco Gauff's Stan account tweeted he could have killed him. When Tommy Pham slapped his teammate Jock Peterson, Steak Sauce tweeted he could have killed him. When there was a fight with some punches thrown after a NASCAR race in 2022, the Farmer tweeted, "Judd Apatow, he could have killed him." And it is used for silly reasons also. When Big Boom AJ and QT Marshall got into a fight at AEW, 2024 World Series champion tweeted he could have killed him. That's pure out of control rage and violence. He has lost his mind. And the greatest example is when Josie tweeted a screenshot of Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd with "he could have killed him. That's pure out of control rage and violence. They heard a million jokes about them in the past 3 decades. They're not freshmen in the world of Hollywood and comedy. He lost his mind." And my favorite, when Holden posted a photo of Mario about to jump onto a Goomba with the caption, "he could have killed him. That's pure out of control rage and violence. They've heard a million jokes about them in the last 3 decades. They are not freshmen in the world of mushrooms and Koopas. He lost his mind." And I think that sums up how silly this all is. Judd grossly overreacted, and it didn't reflect well on him. And I think it's a good lesson for celebrities to just log off when they're getting a lot of pushback for something. I don't remember at what level Judd Apatow started, but I assume he probably just said something critical about Will Smith, and then people started pushing back, and then his opinion kept getting more extreme until he got to "he could have killed him." Social media is really bad for having measured takes, which is why I really haven't tweeted about the Will Smith slap a lot, because my take is he shouldn't have done it. I don't think it's a big deal that he did it. But that is not something that gets your endorphins up on social media. It's not something that gets you engagement. It's not something that feels normal to post. So if you ever feel yourself about to type something like "he could have killed him" about a regular slap, just log off. Be with Leslie Mann, your beautiful wife. Be with your beautiful daughters who are now successful because of you. You have a great life. You don't need to be tweeting about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock at the Oscars. Follow me for a new tweet every day. Consider being a subscriber. You can find the link in my bio if you want to vote on what I cover on Subscriber Sundays, and you can get the weekly Museum of Not Twitter.